This video serves as a step-by-step guide to making your first $1,000 trading stock options. If you follow everything I say in this video exactly the way I show you, you will make your first $1,000 in 1 to 2 weeks. I will do my very best to convert the time you spend watching this video into dollars that you can make. Let's talk about what you would need. Grab a phone and a laptop. Now, if you don't have it already, go to the App Store and download Robinhood. Next, you're going to set up stock options. A stock option is a contract that allows you to bet on the direction of the stock market. The stock market can only go two directions, up or down. If you think the stock market is going to go up, we're going to buy a call. If you think the stock market is going to go down, we're going to buy a put. I've included a free PDF guide in the description to show you how to set up options trading. To simplify this even further, we're only going to look for patterns that show up when the stock market is about to go up. So that way, we're only going to focus on buying a call. Now, head to your computer and go to tradingview.com. This next part, we're going to choose a stock to trade and a time to trade. You're only going to trade from 8:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. and you're going to use these lists of stocks I have included right here. The next part we need to do is identify a setup to take in the stock market. So now we're going to talk about that a little bit deeper. Although the stock market is designed to go upwards, it has to come back down eventually. It'll create what's called a swing high and a reversal. Now, price will continue this trend over and over. It will break a high, circled right there, and then it'll come back down to continue the same trend to break another high. What we want to do is we want to identify when price has broken a high, and then we want to draw a zone at the bottom of the leg. And once we draw that zone, all we're simply going to do is wait for price to trade back into that zone, and we're going to bet that the stock is going up once it gets into that zone. And once it gets into that zone, this is where we're going to enter our calls contracts. We only want to enter calls off of these zones and off of the bottom of these legs. When price eventually goes back higher, we would have made money on our calls because we bet that it went up. Now that you understand this, you're going to go back to TradingView, pull up the time frames, and select the 1 hour chart. The reason we're looking for this same trend on the 1 hour chart is because we're day traders. We're going to identify when price breaks a high and then continues to do this over and over and over. This will signify that we're in an uptrend and it's safe to trade calls. So we want to zoom in and look for the same trend on a smaller time frame. In this example, we're going to drop down to a 5-minute chart. Notice how when we zoom in, the same trend still exists. All we're going to do is look for zones on a smaller time frame to bet that the stock will go up from. Okay, I forgot to mention something that's super important. You need to have your setup picked out before the market even opens. You want to know where you're going to enter because you don't want to be guessing where price is going to go as soon as the market opens. Then once we have our setup that we're going to take picked out, we're going to choose our options contracts, which is what this next part is going to be about. Also, when I say take a trade from 8:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m., this is central time. Wherever you are, if you're on the eastern side, the market will open at a different time. If you're on the western side, the market will open at a different time. So do your research on what time the market opens in the time zone that you are in. Now to choose your options contracts, search up the stock that you want to find, hit trade, and then hit trade options. Then you will see this screen pop up. To see the options, click on one of the dates, and then you will see this screen. Make sure you're on the buy tab and the call tab. Now, we're going to choose a date at the top. These are the dates that the contracts expire. Never choose a date that expires today. Always go at least 1 to 5 days out. Now, look at the number I have circled in the middle and the numbers I have circled on the left. The number in the middle is the current price of the stock. The numbers on the left are the prices we want to bet the stock has to get to. When choosing these contracts, go at least $1 to $4 from the current share price circled in the middle. At this point in time, before the market even opens, I have the option screen pulled up and my chart. When the market opens, I wait for price to tap into my zone. As soon as price enters my zone, I submit an order to enter my contracts. Then I go back to the home screen to watch it gain value. As the market goes up, my contract gains value since we bet that the stock was going to go up. At this point, I just let it run and watch what it does. When I'm ready to take profit, I swipe to sell and then I close my position. This video has given you everything you need from times to trade, stocks to trade, how to buy stock options, and even setups you can look for. There are many more setups you can trade. You can also trade puts in the stock market, and I make money on both sides. If you're struggling a little bit, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I also have a 30-day program that will give you a chance to work with me in a small group setting to help you refine some of these skills and make even more money. If you want that chance, click the link in the description. Thank you.